What is good, everybody? Thank you, of course, for the support of ISOM pre-order campaign. Please go watch our update video that we have on the Rippaverse Comics YouTube. We talk about everything regarding fulfillment and everything, what the plan is going into next month. Right now, we are at 40,300 total purchasers, 3.46 million. Thank you all for the support. And of course, we're going to be talking about a story that actually kind of is highlighted by this. I want to give a big shout out to also somehow Ethan was fast. Ethan Escava, he beat me on this on covering this comment here, and I'm going to do it as well. So we talked about in the previous video, if I'm not mistaken, well, one of them, about how Access Media, CBR, those types have we've seen writers for them knock the company, express why, really using your context clues, you can understand why they have just decided not to, despite being a news publication, not cover this. Now, I'm not begging them. I'm not trying to convince them to cover it. This is the whole point of the parallel economy, in that we're seeing success without having to go through what people deem as the proper channels. This story right here is, I don't know, he's a commentator or something. This guy, of course, pronouns in the bio, says that he has a degree. He has a degree. He actually told me that in one of my responses. Has a degree. So he knows a little thing or two about journalism. And he's the lead editor of some magazine. Now, it's not surprising that these commentators and other old guard protectors and more so, it's not even just about protection of the old guard. A lot of it's ideological. And what this comment does is admit that. It admits that this is an ideological thing for them and why they are so aggressively against what it is that we're doing, right? Like, I launched this company, Rippaverse Publishing, our own publishing house, our own distribution center. That's what we aim to be going into the future, okay? As we lay down our foundation, as we figure out what the logistics are, the ideal here is to remain a place where we publish our own company, our own comics, as well as distribute our own company. So we have kind of a twofer in terms of the different kinds of companies that we have that are industries that are involved in this product here. Okay. It is, as I've mentioned, the least controversial thing that I believe that I've done. Okay. And you can see, and again, this guy, you're trying to argue semantics. I ain't no advertisement. No advertising. I have a degree. Oh yeah, he has a degree, y'all. Watch it. Watch it. But he's claiming that I'm straw manning because of a post that I responded to. And there was a guy who was curious. So why are these guys so mad at you? Say, hey, it's because I started my own comic book company. It's the least controversial thing that I've done in business, yet it got me the most backlash. It really does show how the parallel economy was the true threat to their old archaic model. They simply protect the old guard. You have to understand what it is that I'm talking about there. I am a guy that saw a lot of success, and I didn't go through any of what the industry standards, I don't want to say any, but the in terms of distribution, in terms of how you get the product out there, and certainly in terms of where I'm at and what our ethics are, we didn't go through what people deem as the proper channels. Okay, I didn't go through the Diamond as a distributor. I didn't go through these mega or like corporate entities or like the Marvels, the DCs, the major indies. Didn't go through any Image. I didn't go through any of those guys. I did it on my own. And we have a code of ethics that we've led with the company that really states, simple and plain, of what we want you to hold us to in terms of what our theme here is and what our ethics are. And you can mention 3 parts. You can go read that. You can see our trailer where I talk about that, and that it says basically that we are a comic book company first and foremost. It's about canon and continuity, that being an emphasis. It's about, some stuff being comprehensive. We talked about that. That's what this company is about. Again, least controversial thing that I've done yet. It's gotten me the most backlash that I've ever received. And this guy has the answers. He says, it's a straw man what it is that I say. No one is mad at you. Matt, you started making comics. No one is raising pitchforks in favor of the big two versus all upstart comic companies. That wasn't what I said, by the way. So you want to talk about straw man while straw manning the position. This is the last part where he confirms all of what we thought. You're getting backlash for your loose association to Comicsgate and for the clickbait advertisement or advertising of your comic being non-woke. Okay. So if you're going to, he says loose association. So that in itself is good enough for me to be demonized and why I need to get backlash because there's a group known as Comicsgate that they don't like. And they are friendly with me. A lot of them have had nothing but good things to say. I've appeared on their channels. People that are, people look at as some of the creatives in that space. They've said nothing but good things about me and this product. And that should be acknowledged. And there's nothing wrong with that. But apparently, because I'm in the good graces of them and they are supportive of my work, that is worth getting the backlash because I am liked by people that they don't like and that we're cordial with, we're friendly with. They don't like that. So imagine that. But this second part is the hilarious part because despite it being wrong, it tells you where they're at. It says for the clickbait and for the clickbait advertising of your comic being non-woke. Well, this guy stepped in, right? Because we have never advertised that the comic was that. That's not what we do. You can go look at all of our promotional material that we have put out through Rippaverse Publishing with Rippaverse Comics. There's the term woke, non-woke, none of those terms are being used in what it is that we had put out. So what he did was he stepped in it. He thought that we were, and maybe because he saw an article or something, he thought that we were presenting it as that and using our promotional material and leading with that. So as he's scrambling, he goes and finds like Fox News, which I don't work for, which I don't write. I didn't write this article. And they are putting that emphasis on there. So he's wrong. Not only that, because you have to remember what he initially said. He said for the clickbait advertisement. And then he doubles down on that multiple times where he is saying that I am the one that is presenting it as such. If I can go to my deal where I screenshot some of this. Let me see if I can let's just go to the media real quick and I'll screenshot where he says that just in case he wants to delete it, right? Where he says right here, again, you receive backlash, so he's reaffirming this, of your association with Comicsgate and my is what he's saying, yours. So he's saying my clickbait advertising of this is being non-woke. So he's saying that I'm the one providing the clickbait, right? And that's how the advertisement is working. I have not done such a thing. Now, have other people deemed it as that? Yeah, of course. But he didn't know that. He just assumed that because someone else was repeating it, we were the ones that were leading with that in terms of our advertisement, which we didn't. So then he clings to this. But never mind that. Let's just get that out the way. He was wrong. OK, I have not provided such clickbait, which is a specific thing. I am providing clickbait, he's claiming, of my clickbait advertisement of this being non-woke. But let's assume that even if I did advertising it as that, why would that make you mad? Why would I receive backlash for simply saying that it's not this? Even Gabe in the interview with Fox, he even corrected these guys where he was like, hey, it's not about it being anti-woke. It's just not. Well, why would that receive back? Oh, wait a minute. It's because I am not affirming your political and social views. That's what it would mean. It's not that I'm doing something contrary to you. It's not that we're doing something that's anti-you. It's not about getting back at you. It's about simply you're making that material, or those guys are making that material, or that's their ideology. I'm just simply not doing that. Imagine that being what gets you back. Like, well, we knew that, though. We knew that you weren't mad Because of whatever nonsense, he tries to actually move the post several times, but he's acting as if I explicitly stated, like, well, it's just because of that. No, it's a combined thing. It's that it all stems from the fact that I gave it a go. And not only that I gave it a go, it was successful. It was an initial success. Over 50,000 books, 53,000 if I'm not mistaken, books accounted for, over 40,000 total purchasers. Okay? So that in itself made them mad. That got them aggravated. That made them angry. And that's why I got the backlash, because I did something, I was successful, and I didn't go through the channels upon which they were talking about. And they assume where it's at ideologically. And even if we accept it for truth, which it's not woke, so if you want to call it that, looking at woke in terms of how we use it, it's not that, of course. I wouldn't consider it that. Though we don't lead with that in terms of our promotional stuff, it's not that. So why in itself, that's what I'm saying. Even if I did advertise it as that, why would that receive backlash unless you prefer and want my material to be actually approving of and speaking highly of and representing your ideological, political, social views. That's all this was ever about. And we knew that. You're not mad just simply because I did. Because if I was me, if I did the same exact thing and I presented it as blackity black, 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 me, all that, I had all your approved social views, political views, right? It wouldn't be that you would ignore it. You'd be falling over yourselves, calling this the most successful thing in comic books right now. You praise me. I have all the coverage from your approved channels. Probably already have a TV show lined up that they would have overpaid for, maybe. But not over. No, they were willing to pay for it. Let's say that. So we know what it's about. Just stop being chicken crap and admit it. You don't like it because a guy is successful, didn't go through. And this is why you're nitpicking those types of things that, well, he didn't do it this way. These other guys are doing it. You're only nitpicking that like that because we saw success. And the success didn't go through you. It didn't depend on you. And the guy that owns this company is not one of y'all in terms of where he's at politically and socially. And you know that. And that's why you're mad. So thanks for affirming everything of which we already knew. This is just simply the latest example of that. Yo, I appreciate you as always. And if you're into comics or want to get into them, go visit Rippaverse.com, where you can check out my own comic book company, Rippaverse Publishing. Our first book, ISOM #1, is currently up for pre-order right now. You can also check out the company trailer and the ISOM campaign trailer so that you can make an informed purchase. We've cleared over $3.3 million in sales, and many of our supporters are viewers just like yourselves. And because of that, I have to thank you all personally. I do appreciate you. I can't wait for you to learn more about ISOM himself and already fan favorite Yaira. We ship internationally, so no matter what side of the globe you're on, we'd love to have you as a customer. Much love and big thanks.